In this video lecture, we are going to see the human respiratory system. In the human respiratory system, generally we know that we are taking air inside, and also we are expiring some of the gases from our body. So generally we know that nose is the first organ of the respiration. Then after nose there is a one tube from that nasal cavity up to the lungs. There is a one tube, and there is a pair of lungs are present. So nose, that tube and the pair of lungs, we know that these are the respiratory organs. But instead of that, there are some of the organs which are there are some sub organs in the respiratory system that helps to exchange of gases. So that we are going to see in this video lecture. So in respiratory system, what happens actually? We are inspiring the air, that means we are taking air inside. Then in the lungs, exchange of gases will take place. After that, oxygen we require, so it is transported to each and every cell by using the blood transportation. Through the blood, the oxygen is going to supply to the each and every cell. Then whatever the CO2 is produced inside these cells, that is dangerous to us, so it needs to be eliminated out of the body. So here the expiration will take place. So this is nothing but the simply respiration. That means inspiration, exchange of gases into the lungs, then transportation of the oxygen into this each and every cells, and then expiration. This is nothing but the respiratory system. So we are going to see the human respiratory system. You can see on your screen there is some pictures regarding to the human respiratory system. It is well known to us because it is about us. We all having such type of organs in our body. First you can see there is a nostril. The nose, you know the nose, there are two openings are there in your nose. So these are called as the nostrils, through which chambers we are inspiring the air. So nostrils are there, that these are continuous into the nasal cavity. You can see on your screen, nasal cavity. Then such a nasal cavity, it is going to open into the pharynx region. So in the pharynx, nasal cavity, it is going to be open. Just below to the nose, there is a presence of mouth. And that mouths are having a canal. We are calling it as alimentary canal. That opens into the digestive system. It is a different type of system, digestive. But the opening of mouth, it is again into the pharynx region, middle of the pharynx. Pharynx region is very large area where nose opens, where mouth also opens. So this is the second region. And just below that there is a presence of larynx. Here there is a presence of larynx. We are calling generally it is as a vocal cord, sound producing organ, larynx. So this is also open into the pharynx region. So in the pharynx region, generally three organs are going to be open. One is the nose, opening of the nose, then mouth, and then larynx. So these three are going to open into the pharynx region, according to which the pharynx is divided into three parts. We are going to see later. Then coming to the next part, that mouth open and it is continuous into the digestive system, esophagus, then stomach, then small intestine. This is different. We are going to study the respiratory system. So from the larynx, you can see larynx, and just below that there is a one tube. Spirally arranged one tube is there, that is called as trachea. that opening, it is of the opening of the respiratory system. So if we think about the respiratory system only, there is a nose, then nostrils, then nasal cavity, and that is pharynx, and pharynx to the larynx, and then trachea. Now that trachea extend up to the thoracic cavity, and there is a presence of pair of lungs is there. You can see in this picture, right and left lung is there. So there is a pair of lung, and that trachea, it is going to connect with that two lungs. Okay, pair of lung is there, right and left, and that lungs are going to be covered by a ribs. You can see on the left lung there is a presence of ribs. Simultaneously on the right side also, but on the right side you can see the sectioning of the lungs, internal structure of lung. So ribs are covered to the lungs, and just below to the ribs there is a presence of diaphragm. The function of diaphragm is very much important. We are going to see it, and that diaphragm, it compressing and releasing the lungs for the respiration. Okay, on your screen, in the right lungs there is an internal structure of lung, it is shown, because all the parts after the trachea, it is present into the lungs. So when trachea, it is divided into two parts, it divides into the bronchi. Okay, right and left bronchia, one goes to the right lung and one goes to the left lung. So bronchi is the next part. That bronchi again divided into the lungs into bronchioles, branches are there. Okay, and that ends into the alveolus. You can see in this picture alveolus. Okay, there is a air sac, bench of air sacs, and it is going to be expand in this picture. You can see alveolus in broad structure. Okay, there is a presence of grape-like structures. How the grapes are present in the bunch, such like of structure is there, and each of one is called as alveoli. So up to the alveoli, the organs are functioning. From the nose to the alveoli, that is called as a respiratory. And that alveoli, again that alveoli, you can see there is a capillary structure is there, where exchange of gases between air and blood takes place through that capillaries. So it is a broad structure of the respiratory. We are going to see each and every part in very deep manner. So generally we are going to see the 8 organs of the respiratory system, okay, one by one. So first we are starting with the nose. Nose, we know that it is an external part of respiratory system. You can see by naked eyes the nose. Okay, nose, it is just present below the eyes and upper to the mouth. Okay, you can see on your nose there are, on external side there are 2 generally openings are there. Okay, we can call it as nostril or external nares. Okay, now that nose having 2 openings. Okay, you can see by naked eyes, and that opening again continues into the nasal cavity. Okay, inside there is a full cavity is there, and that nasal cavity again divided into right and left nasal cavity, because of there is a one cartilage is there, that is called as mesthemoid cartilage. Mesthemoid cartilage is there. You can understand, you can see your mesthemoid cartilage in between the 2 right and left chamber. There is one cartilage which is movable, flexible. Okay, that is called as mesthemoid cartilage. And again each of this cavity, right and left, it is again divided into 3 parts. Okay, one is the external, one is the middle, and one is the internal. The external part is called as the vestibule. Okay, vestibule, you can see from outer side a vestibule where the hairs are present inside the nose, and that part is called as vestibule. Whatever the foreign material, dust particles are entering into the body, it is going to trapped by that hairs. Okay, again there is a presence of mucus, so that foreign material is going to be trapped. So it is called as vestibule. Then second part is called as respiratory part. It is the middle part. It is very vascular. It is very smooth part where the warming of air takes place. Okay, generally moistening and warming of air takes place in that middle region, respiratory part. And the internal uppermost part, it is nothing but the olfactory or sensory chamber. Okay, in this chamber there is a whatever the air is entered into the body, it is going to be lined detection. It is for the detection of the smell. Okay, whatever the air is going to be entered, okay, along with the oxygen there are some smell also for the air. So that sensation it is going to be mentioned in the last part, sensory chamber. So this is about the nose region, first part, where it is two nostril, two chambers are there, right and left. It is by mesothomoid chamber. Then again it is divided into three parts, outer, middle and internal. Outer is called as the vestibule, which having hairs for the protection. Middle part is the respiratory part, where actually the moistening of and warming of the air takes place, and internal it is called as sensory chamber, okay, where the sense of smell will take place. So this is about the first part, nose. After the nose there is a second part called as the pharynx. Okay, now coming to the broad part, pharynx. It is a very important part. As I earlier said that the pharynx, it is again divided into three parts because of the three organs. Pharynx is the middle, but three organs are going to open into the pharynx, and according to the organs the pharynx is divided into three parts. First, it is called as nasopharynx. That means the nasal cavity it is going to open into pharynx. In which part of the pharynx? This part is called as the nasopharynx. The pharynx, it is the very first part. The pharynx region where the nasal cavity is going to open, it is called as nasopharynx. Then second, the region of pharynx where the mouth is going to be open, it is called as oropharynx. And oropharynx, it is a common passage for food and the air. And after that, third region of pharynx is nothing but laryngopharynx, where larynx going to open into the pharynx region, that is called as laryngopharynx. So nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. Okay, laryngopharynx. These three are the parts of the pharynx which going to passes the air from nose to the tracheal region. Okay, and the oropharynx and the nasopharynx are having palate bone in between them, because whatever food is entering, it is not going into the nasal cavity. For that, palate bone is there, and in the pharynx there are pair of a lymphoid organ is there. We are calling it as tonsils. Okay, on the right and left side, pair of tonsils are there. It is a lymphoid organ of pharynx. After the pharynx, there is a presence of a larynx. Okay, now this is also called as a vocal cord, because from the larynx there is a production of sound takes place. Okay, there is one picture of a larynx on your screen. It is a structure. Okay, the larynx are originated or evolved from the hyoid bone and the tracheal region. Okay, tracheal region. Larynx, okay, it is a vocal cord because sound production takes place by that organ. So larynx are having many of the protecting layer. From internal side, it is lined by folded vocal cords. True vocal cords are there. And the sound production is how? Sound production is because the air it is going to be the air, it is going to be in between the vocal cord and the modulations performed by the mouth, that is lips, then teeth, then tongue, whatever the module, and nasal cavity also. Okay, for the sound production, the air should be modulated in between the vocal cord and the modulations. When we are speaking, there are so many modulations in the lips, in the teeth, in the tongue, and in the nasal cavity. And when there is a passage of air between the vocal cord and that organs, lips, tongues, teeth, and nasal cavity, then different sounds are produced in our body. So the air passes from the mouth, nasal cavity, that are going to be passage from that larynx region, and due to different modulations, there are different sounds are produced by that larynx region. Now that larynx, it is going to be open into the laryngopharynx region, and in that between the larynx and the laryngopharynx, there is a presence of a glottis region, opening of larynx into the laryngopharynx, and that that glottis region, it is covered by a epiglottis. You can see in this picture epiglottis at the top, epiglottis. Then why there is a epiglottis? Because the passage of food, it is a common passage for food, and pharynx is a common passage for food and air. So in the larynx only air can pass. If there is a stoppage for the food into the larynx, because if the food is going to enter into the larynx, then it is going to the respiratory system. So to prevent the entry of food into the respiratory system, there is a presence of a epiglottis. You can see in this structure. So you can see the structure of larynx. Hyoid bone is there. Okay, tracheal region is there. Thyroid membrane is there, and below that there is a presence of trachea. So this is generally a major three part. After that, there is a presence of trachea. Now you can understand that one chamber is there after the pharynx. Esophagus is there, which will go to the digestive system, but we are studying about the respiratory system. So from the pharynx region, one opening is there called as larynx, and below, just below to the larynx, there is a presence of a long tube is there. Okay, where spiral rings which are having foldings, lot of foldings in that. This is called as trachea. Now trachea, it is also called as windpipe, because only air passes from that pipe, so called as windpipe. Trachea is very much important, but because the sound or the air passes from nose to the trachea, it is going to pass into the lungs through this tracheal region. So generally trachea is about 10 to 12 centimeter in length. Okay, it is having folded regions in that because of the passage of air. It is compressing and then releasing so that air passes into the lungs. The tracheal region is up to the middle of the thoracic region. Okay, and that passes the air from nose or pharynx region to the lungs region. Okay, then in that trachea, okay, the outer and inner coverings are there. Okay, and again they are having some C-shaped cartilages are there. There are generally 60 to 20 such cartilages are there from inside, because it needs to be stable. Okay, that trachea, if it is need to be stable, there should be covering of that cartilages are C-shaped cartilage. Okay, so these are at the same level. Okay, the trachea are stable because of that C-shaped cartilages, and air passes easily from that trachea. Okay, and it is having some mucus gland from inside. Okay, now the trachea is having mucus gland from inside. So that mucus gland, what it performs? It performs unwanted particles enter into the lungs. whatever the unwanted particle, it is going to trapped in that mucus, so that it cannot pass through that into the lungs, because it is a main respiratory, lungs is a main respiratory organ. So prevent the entry of that particles, it is by mucus gland. So this is about the trachea. After that, next organ is nothing but the bronchi. Okay, you can see the tube of trachea when coming to the middle of the thoracic and in front of the lungs. It is going to divide it into two parts, right and left. Tracheal part is going to divide, and that right and left part is called as bronchi. Right bronchi and left bronchi. And that bronchi are going to open into simultaneously right lung and left lung. Okay, you can see the bronchi. That bronchi are also covered internally by C-shaped cartilages. So it gives strength to that bronchi also. Okay, so it don't collapse. Okay, so bronchi are there. Again, that bronchi when entered into the lungs are again divided into primary, secondary and tertiary bronchi. Okay, bronchioles that is called. Okay, bronchi are going to divide into the lungs, so they can reach to each and every cell of the lungs. Okay, so again divided. You can see on your right lungs, on this picture, on the right lungs, there are small bronchioles are there. Okay, and through this bronchi and bronchioles, the air passes from the trachea to the lungs inside. Okay, so these are nothing but the bronchi, and that bronchi are ending into the alveoli. Okay, alveoli are the smaller part of the respiratory system, and which ends with the alveoli, and alveoli having capillary network through which the exchange of gases takes place into the lungs. The next and important organ of this respiratory system is nothing but the lungs. Lung is the major organ of the respiratory system. It is the main organ of the respiratory system. Lungs are having pair of lungs, human being. Right and left lung is there. Right lung, it is somewhat larger than the left lung because it is having 3 lobes, and left lung is having 2 lobes. The lung, it is going to protected by a double membrane of double pleural membrane. Okay, outer is called as parietal membrane and inner is called as the visceral membrane. Then in between that outer and inner membrane, there is a pleural fluid is there, which is secreted by the membrane itself. So lubrication of the lung is there, protection of the lung is there. And again, these lungs are internally having the alveoli, bronchi are there. So branching of bronchioles are there, and it ends into the alveoli. And there is a air sacs which are having bunch of alveoli are there. So this is about the lungs. It is a main respiratory organ. That means air entered into the trachea and it is entered into the lungs. And in the lungs, the exchange of gases takes place between the air and the blood. That's why in the alveoli also there is a capillaries. So this is generally about the lungs, main respiratory organ of human respiratory system. After that, the sub part is nothing but the alveoli. Alveoli is the last or minute organ of the respiratory system. Okay, each bronchi is ending into the bronchioles, and end of the bronchioles it is with the alveoli. Okay, there is a bunch of grapes like structure, it is called the alveoli. Generally in each air sac there is a 10 to 12 alveoli is there. Okay, and single alveoli are covered by a capillary network. There are arteries are also, and there are veins are also. So the oxygenated blood at one side and deoxygenated blood at one side, there is an exchange of takes place in the alveoli, specifically in the alveoli, ending of alveoli. In the capillary network, the exchange of gases will takes place. We are calling it is takes place in the lungs, but in the lungs, in the alveoli, in the capillary network, the exchange of gases will takes place. So alveoli are very important part. Generally, there are about 700 million of alveoli are present in the lungs of human being, and at same time that all alveoli are functioning for the exchange of gases in the human body. And also these alveoli are having very vascular walls, very thin and vascular, so that exchange of gases will take place very simply manner. Okay, and again these 700 million alveoli performing a function for the exchange of gases, and after that the last organ is nothing but the diaphragm. We have seen in the structure that diaphragm, it is a last just present below the pair of lungs. That diaphragms are having a function of the compression and relaxation. When it relaxes and compresses, it functions for the lungs, because when it compresses, okay, the lungs are going to relax, and when it expands, releases, then lungs are going to compress. So that the respiration process, we are going to see the function of diaphragm in detail. So these are the 8 important organelles in the human respiratory system. In the next lecture, we are going to see the mechanism of respiration through that 8 parts. Okay, whatever the parts we have seen, the mechanism of respiration, how it is performed in human body, we are going to see in the next lecture.